on YouTube, not Instagram. Just letting you know. Tell me what you say.
With that connected to
That's a
Skyline.
great signal. You can say hey to YouTube. They're looking at you. It's 3:59, so it's about that time.
Yes.
And
Greetings, my family,
wait a
my
minute.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all coming,
And it's 4 o'clock,
And
and you live on Instagram.
hey, greetings, Instagram family. Glad to have y'all too. Greetings, Lucia family. They'll be trickling in. But anyway, hey, we here at Usha on another beautiful ass day. Hey, y'all been watching my videos and y'all been seeing how the days are. Cause when it's raining, I normally don't do it. Or if I'm gone, you know, either one or the other. But man, the the weather here is just you just got to appreciate it.
This stuff right here, just move it.
You just got to appreciate it because it makes you feel so good. I mean, when you're in an environment that's electric like this, you feel electric for real. And that's how I feel. I feel electric. We are electric for real, so I should be feeling electric. But anyway, I want to have a discussion today about ridding ourselves of our self-importance. You know, it's through self-importance that we find ourselves being stuck in a certain idea about ourselves. And when I say that, I'm saying this. And you see it over and over. I don't care how many weddings you go to. On your wedding day, if that thing is not going the way exactly like she thought in her mind it should go, man, self-importance is gonna rear its ugly head and you're gonna see a whole different being. Why? Because tell ourselves that this whole thing is centered around me. But for real, what it really is you inviting all your friends and family to come to this union that you guys are having. So just they being there, not forget all the rest of the stuff. Just they being there says everything. But we don't see that. Why? Because our self-importance won't let us. I want it like this. I want it like that. I'm used to having this. That's why a lot of different countries don't like people that are from America. I don't know if y'all know that, but and that's because of an attitude that's carried throughout the world that Americans carry, and that's that. Oh, it was better than this at home. I need this. I like it like this. Why I can't have this? We have this
Arrogance.
self-importance. That's arrogance is just another you can say, and that's a good point. Arrogance is like an offshoot, one of the branches that self-importance send out, and we want to change ourselves, and self-importance is always there to stop you. Why? Because of the idea that you have about this character that you have created. Look at actors, man. They embody some of the characters that they put their whole life in for a role. They embody that character. Just like they embody that character, think of your life as just like that. You embody a character. And as you grow and your consciousness expand, you embody a different character. Why? Because the resources that this character had was limited in its scope. Why? Because it wasn't seeing more of the picture. And now you move to this character, it has a greater scope. And that's how we're going through our life. It's a constant unfolding of what we are, not who we are, what we are. Because what we are all fragments of the universe. We are part of the total consciousness of this universe. And we relegate ourselves to just these mundane, earthly, can I say, activities. And them mundane, earthly activities is the very activities that make us sick. We find ourselves in states of depression. We find ourselves in states of obesity. We find ourselves in state of, all kind of unnatural states. Why? Because of how we think about ourselves. We trust folks that we shouldn't trust because somebody told us that it was okay. Like when we go to the doctor, we go to the hospital, we go to them, and we are expecting them to share what you consider their knowledge base is to help you, whatever is ailing you.
Chenya just joined in.
Hey, welcome, Chinya. I'm glad you're part of this. I'm always happy to see you. And all the rest of my
Social
family
media.
that join us, because, I consider us to be a family, because, when I talk from my heart. Just like I would be talking to my daughter, my son, my wife, it don't matter. The conversation is the same because the journey is the same. So what we're trying to get at is being able to express a higher level of our being, not just this name that we give ourselves. Oh, yeah, I'm Dr. Huxtable or whatever. That's a character. Just like every character that we create. That's what I want you guys to get to understand. These are all characters. None of them is you. But they become you when self-importance kick in. Why? Because somebody say something about the character you build, and what do? You defend that character. And then you have all these other folks around that come to support that character. Oh yeah, that's right. You always been like that. You never took shit from nobody. That's right. And I kept my hair cut short. And then I wound up moving to Paris, and I let my hair grow. So when I came back from Paris, I had a fro. Big fro. Now, again, I was always in African clothes. Now I come back, I got on, civilian clothes, you can say, European clothes. And I seen a young lady who I was teaching in her little, her little yoga center or whatever you want to call it. And when I saw her, she looked right at me. And I looked right at her and I said, "How you doing?" She looked at me like, "Are you talking to me?" and walked on. I didn't say, "It's me." I did not. Why? Because she did not recognize me. Because in her mind, she could not see me with all that hair and in European clothes. That was not part of her repertoire. And that's what happens with us. We find ourselves stuck. Why? Because we create these images, and then when you don't come and represent that image that you have put out there, everybody is wondering what's wrong with you. What happened to you? Why are you looking like that? Why are you dressed like that? Now they are being affected by your change. And we don't see that in ourselves. We don't see that when we are being who we are without any trepidations about who say what, we become magical. We can transform ourselves in a moment. And I'm talking about not just on a cutting hair, clothes. I'm talking about period. We can transform how we look. self-importance drove us crazy. That's why we have men and women getting all these reconstructed faces and all these that look. Most of them look horrible. All right, because you're doing this through a knife. You're getting cut and tucked. When in reality, we've always had the ability to transform ourselves. It's just that nobody taught us that you can transform how you look. Because real beauty comes from the inside. It's not something that you wear on the outside. You can be the most gorgeous thing ever by conventional standards and be the most ugliest, disgusting person that you have ever encountered. And I have seen it over. I always call them pretty ugly. They pretty on the outside, but ugly as hell on the inside. And I've seen the reverse. Well, I knew a young lady who I used to say, ooh, she is. Wait, when I got to know her, everything changed. I was like, I used to look at my buddy who was with her. I used to go, how do you kiss this through? When I got to know her, her heart, it was like gold. And when you after being around her, like say for like 6 months, I saw her differently. She wasn't ugly no more. I was like, I love her. She is so cool. Everything about her was cool. So her image wasn't just what was on the outside, it was what she is on the inside. And whenever we touch that, we touching on something that's so beautiful, it's hard to describe it with words. For real. It's hard to describe with words. Why? Because the splendor of what we are, it's mind-blowing. And yet we relegate ourselves down to this idea about ourselves. And that's where self-importance be beating us up. It be beating us up, y'all. Don't let self-importance beat you up, because, it comes to you like this. Somebody say, oh, man, I was talking to so-and-so, and they said something. They said this about you. What? They said what? Wait till I see they, and then all of a sudden, your whole emotional state changes. Different chemicals are being released in your body. Why? Because of your reaction to what somebody said, somebody else said. That you can't get no more self-important than that shit. Whereas when you don't have self-importance, when you hear that, you be like, I'm so glad they always talking about me. How are they talking about me? Because they still talking about me. Why don't they find themselves talking about something other than me? Something I'm doing must be affecting them where I got to be on their lips. No, we see it as an offense, only because we carry offense inside of ourselves. Why? Because of self-importance. And we really get down to the crux of why we are depressed, why we are angry, why we are all these things, and all we got to do is look in the mirror and really take a good look, and we see that is self-importance. And what is the self-importance fuel? Ego. Ego is the fuel of self-importance. It fuels it. And so we stay in this state of rebelling against ourselves. Because we don't want to hear what our heart is telling us. Because, oh no, that'll make me look like I'm weak. Trust me. No matter how you look when you're strong, it don't matter how somebody perceive. When you're strong regardless to what anybody got to think. Because that's a quality that you have nurtured within yourself. Nobody can take that, affect that. They can't do nothing with that. Go ahead, man.
So I've had 3 people ask, so I figure we should ask.
Asked.
HSV2. There's quite a few people in here about herpes.
Let me do a spin around. How many times?
Spin around, but it's quite a few people in here asking about.
What they asked?
I'm gonna go to the first.
What they asked?
I got a friend with HSV2. What can they do? I told them to follow your page. That's what prompted it, and then, but before that, there was a couple, and then there are more who want to know about HSV2. We should say, right, that we know is running rampant,
all right, listen,
right? And
y'all
particularly in
hear
certain
me.
cities.
Hear me good. we live in a society that is over sexualized. That's why you have grown ass men looking at little ass kids as a sexual object because everything is over sexualized. So, what is the result of all that? I'm running around, pleasuring ourselves, again, self importance, pleasuring ourselves for a few minutes of gratification, and then we wind up with this shit.
That sounded like a male perspective. What about the ladies?
It goes for both sides. I ain't
Okay,
talking from no
because
male perspective. I'm talking about women too. They be out luring men into they little webs.
oh my God, we ain't saying nothing about all of that.
You said, hey, it's
Now you
true.
gotta be luring and stuff.
You
Okay.
do. Babe, women do lure. Come on, man.
I'm not saying.
All right, so
that
that's
we
all
are
I'm
not
saying. It
capable.
goes. It's across the board. It goes for
Yeah.
both. And what I'm saying basically is this: when we engage in that union, you gotta ask yourself before you engage. Men, we do it as a conquest. Worst thing you can do in your life. And I'm gonna say this: as much as y'all love my father, Dr. Sabi, he was a conquester. He went out on conquests. On conquest, he wanted to have sex with any woman he thought was beautiful. I thought that was insane. Why? Because of the repercussions behind it. You don't have this engagement and then you think you just disconnect and it's over. It's not over. Because what happens is that we leave these little pieces of energy on one another and they attach to her and to him. So think about every time you go have sex with somebody strange or you just met. What are you doing? You're gathering up all these pieces of energy that's attaching itself to you. And you know what they attach to you through? Feelings and emotions.
So is it only like what's the word I want to use? Like vaginal sex, like penetration, or what about oral sex? Is this the
Sex
same?
is
Can we
sex.
can we get some oral
You're
sex on
gonna
the
get
side?
you
Not
gonna get
worrying about
herpes
it.
with oral sex, or you gonna get it with that. It don't matter. It's,
You
an,
make it a little head and
it's an exchange of fluids.
Yeah.
And in that exchange of fluids, you guys are transferring nothing good. Nothing good. So then you got to ask yourself, is what I'm doing that important to where I can put my life on the line? Because you put your life on the line for real. Every time you do that. So then we got to start asking ourselves in retrospect, all right, I know that I enjoy having sex. Everybody do. It's pleasure. But do we live for pleasure? Is that our only goal is to live for pleasure? We see what happened. Look at Diddy. He lived for pleasure. Now they got his ass under the microscope.
Allegedly.
They still got him under the microscope, allegedly or not.
We don't know.
Hey,
Allegedly.
but that's what I'm saying. Is that it's just our culture have been
Hypersexualized.
totally hypersexualized and it's been hijacked and taken us to hell. All right, we've been hijacked. Well, what I'm telling you is this: as long as you don't become one of the sheep, you can avert that. How do you start the aversion? Is to stop with the self-importance, because then you can hear. When somebody speak a word to you that's gonna help you to move forward, you can hear it. But as long as you full of self-importance, you can't hear nothing nobody say. Because when they say something to you, the first thing self-importance says, who the hell they think they are? They don't know me. But the reality is that the person who's thinking that don't know themselves either. Because if they knew who they was, they would know that self-importance is not their friend. It is not. It is our enemy. And it affects us through our internal dialogue because we always reinforcing it through telling ourselves all these crazy things that we want to believe. Go ahead, man.
So I'm trying to make sure I'm following you. You mixing self-importance with this STI. I'm trying
All
to.
of it, for me, self-importance is what get us to that point to where we're engaging in acts that's strictly for pleasure, And then we get the results of all this madness that's being spread around. And then when we're affected with it, we wonder, oh, he gave that to me. No, y'all shared that. It was a
Okay.
sharing.
Okay, so now we're infected. We done messed up. We here. What what is your best advice for us to free ourselves of this virus? How can we leave that shit behind? Was the mindset trickled down by the physical reaction that we're
I'm gonna
virus
say this.
free?
Listen to me. We have packages for that. Usha have packages for that. There is ways to get treated for that. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what you need to do.
Is
All
there
I'm gonna tell you is to seek out treatment that is natural.
is there a certain amount of time this treatment should take place? How
No, it's
long?
never the time is how much you. This is I'm gonna say this, and it's not just for that. It's for everything. What we are willing to put into this universe is what the universe is willing to give back. So if you're not willing to put anything in, don't you expect the damn thing back. Just because you pay money and get whatever you get for treatment, don't mean shit. It's about what you want to do in your life to change, to put in, so that you can get your life back the way it was. Because you're going to have to give something. Simple as that.
I always like to say, and people can't see me, but I just like to throw in there. It's not always a financial transaction, like.
It's not.
And I remember Oprah saying this about losing weight, like over and over again. She was like, if there was some magic pill or something, there's Ozempic now, but this was. She said, she said I buy it and I get rid of this, like. If I could absolve myself from freeing myself of whatever it is, so whether it's, being overweight or, having a medical issue, whatever it is, an unhealthy relationship, whatever, then I buy it. But then you really don't have to buy it because we do have the answer. We have the miracle pill. We have it. And it's for free.
Exactly.
Not
it's
Usha. I'm not saying Usha. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm saying
no,
you
it's us.
have it.
That's right. We have it. And that's what I'm always trying to stress with everybody. Is that nobody is better or less than nobody else. We all are equipped with the same thing. It's just understanding how to use the tools that's been allotted to you. And then to find more tools. When I'm on a job, and I don't have the tool that I need, I go out and find the tool and buy the tool. Whatever I need to pay for the tool, I'm going to get that tool. Why? Because I want to finish the job. Everything in life is the same way. We really look at things the way they are. We will see everything works the same. It's just that we think that we work different, and that's our flaw. Because we don't work different. Everything is still the same. And that's why I'm telling you guys, hey, shake yourself for that idea that you've created of yourself. That's not even true because we're everything. So until you can say you everything and feel and know everything, then you still working on being you. So to say, you don't know who I am, you don't know who you are either. Because I'm learning all the time who I am. Trust me, I'm discovering me every day. So that's what this journey is about. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of learning about the powers that dwell in us and utilizing them powers first for ourselves and then to help all those around us. And then the universe continued to give us more and more and more energy to be more and more of ourselves. It's a symbiotic relationship. So where we at in time?
You have about 10, 15 more minutes.
All right, anybody got any questions? We'll open it up for questions.
So I have one more question. Do you believe or know any sickness or disease that can be reversed?
There's nothing that can't be reversed as long as we're breathing. As long as we're breathing, we can reverse anything. We don't believe it because we just been taught stupidity. But as long as you have breath in your body, and that is the breath of life, yes, it can be reversed. Anybody got questions? Anything to say? Speak up.
We'll talk when we get off camera.
I can speak to HSV too as a client here at Usha. My experience though,
Okay.
because I came here and I have had HSV too. I'll put it in the past tense now, but I wasn't aware that HSV2 impacts your blood cells.
Mm-hmm.
And so 3 weeks in, I've been here for 5 weeks, but 3 weeks in, I noticed a shift in the energy and a shift in the way I was thinking, and even my dreams changed, where it's like, it's a lot more clearer, and it feels like renewed or like refreshed or fresh, but there was and I felt it in my body too. It was a shift 3 weeks in, like just in the middle of the night, I could feel it in my body, just like a shake. Mm-hmm.
Speak on it then.
So
Speak
like,
on it.
So it's left your body.
So I'm gonna say it left my body because when I wake up in the morning, I'm not here for HSV2. I'm really here because I'm like, this is amazing. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think of it anymore. I'm just like, I got all these herbs in my body. I got more herbs in my body than I do food.
Right. That's true.
So every day is like it's a good day. HSV don't exist to me, but it eventually leave the blood system anyway. Yeah. But
that's where it starts with your knowing that, hey, there's a change going on inside of me. Most folks don't acknowledge the change. They go, oh, I don't see no results. What results are you looking for? How did you find out you was in the predicament you was in anyway, and except somebody told you? So then we have to be mindful of how we allow.
Sometimes the body tell you, like
when the body tell you, then you can act for sure.
Okay.
There's no doubt. But when the body tells you, you ain't got to go to nobody and say, well, can you help me?
Yeah.
Then you find out how to heal your body. It's your body. Mm-hmm. So that's our responsibility. And that's all I'm saying. To be human is to be conscious of you being equipped to do whatever is necessary for you to maintain the life that you are living. 10 minutes?
No, goodbye.
Oh, I talked that part.
I'm saying goodbye.
Hey, y'all. Hey, peace. I appreciate y'all. See y'all Thursday. Now, I'm going to say this.
We're going to be here Thursday.
I know we're going to be here, but it says it's going to be raining. If it's raining hard, I'm going to be a no-show. I'm just letting y'all know.
Terrible.
Y'all.
Get serious, because I'll be like, we can go and be like, it's